welcome, welcome. We're the Cancer Journey Institute. My name is Alicia Tom, and I'm the operations manager.
And I'm Sherry Ann Tom, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of the Cancer Journey Institute. Okay, so starting with PESH, so physical, emotional, spiritual, hope, and a word. Physical, I am a 8.3. Emotional, I'm a 8.75. Spirit, 9. Hope, 9.3. And my word is up.
Okay. Physically, I am an 8.5. Emotionally, I am an 8. Spiritually, I'm an 8.5. And hope is also an 8.5. And my word is bubbling. And we're just going to start off by talking about why Sherry Ann started and created the Cancer Journey Institute.
Yes, that's a story. So to start off with, let me just say that I'm a 5-time cancer survivor. And I don't say that because I want you to go, ooh, wow. I say it because I don't want it to happen, but mostly because it kind of underscores the fact that I know the cancer journey. Like, I know what it's like to go through a diagnosis again and again and again. I mean, I could say that 5 times. I know what it's like to have that, oh shit moment, like my life is going to change, and that immediate fear of, and what's it going to look like? I mean, as I'm talking about right now, I can even still feel it. It's like, not only was it an out of body experience, but it was just this wash of fear, like intense fear of, is my life over? And even if I could get past that, it's what's going to happen? What am I going to go through? And it's like this incredible feeling of no. For me, I kind of like it to being on a roller coaster after you've gone up, like tuck, 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 right? And you know that you're just about to do the drop, which I absolutely hate. And so as I'm coming down the road, it's like, and it's got this the hands on the bar, like really tight and screaming at the top of my lungs, like that.
That reminds
So
me of anytime I'm on a roller coaster, because I do not like roller coasters, and I have been stuck on many just trying to face my fear, and then I'm just so pissed off when I'm at the top. It's about to go down. I'm like, I don't want to do this.
exactly, and your stomach like comes out of
Mm-hmm.
you, uh, not physically always, but it's just that feeling of like
Sometimes.
no control. Have
Mm-hmm.
no control. I know people can do this and go, yeah, but for me, it's like this.
And I feel like Cancer as a roller coaster, no one is like,
No, you're absolutely right. So
yeah.
because of that, I I really entered into the whole, okay, docs, what am I going to go through? What am I going to expect? What should I expect? And they went, oh, yeah, well, let me tell you about the treatment. These are the different options. This is what it's like to go through that. And I'm like, no, 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 no. What am I going to go through? How am I going to feel emotion? Like, what are all the emotions am I going to go through? And who's going to help me through that? And what about my mindset when I get into this roller coaster place? Who's going to be there to help me, and what should I expect? It's like
Mhm.
I wanted to know the unexpected, the unknown, and they're like, I don't know. We'll help you through the treatment journey, right?
I don't
So
know.
that I, well, they couldn't say, and
Hmm.
I felt so alone and so scared that I kept saying, why isn't there a roadmap for this, this inner stuff? like
Mhm.
how I'm going to feel, what I'm going to experience as a human being, not just physically, but the rest of me. And so after, oh, I'm sure it was after the first time, but there's so many times I can't remember. Um, I was like, I'm just going to create this
Mhm.
because I do know, and it probably was really solidified after the second time because
Mhm.
that one was really crazy. I did everything in the kitchen sink, bone marrow transplant, high dose chemo, full body radiation. I mean, just so much that it was like, okay, I really need to know and document what goes on. And so we created the Cancer Journey Roadmap, and then I wanted to tell everybody about it. It's like, this is what you're going through. I want you to know.
Does anyone?
Exactly. And so that was the genesis. It was out of pure desire and need for me to make sense of it, and then knowing that I wasn't the only one.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, what
And
kind of
then
impact were hoping to have with the Cancer Journey Institute?
there's just that phrase, we
Mhm.
stand on the shoulders of those who come before us.
Mhm.
And I wanted to stand on the shoulders of people who came before me, which I'm sure I did, but I wanted this to be like theirs so that they didn't have to go through that what I went through is like, oh, okay, there's some clarity, and there's something that makes sense here. So I just I just want everybody to know.
Yeah, and to like not have to feel lost and like not have to feel like you're at the top of the roller coaster about to plummet down without any idea of what you're getting into. Because when we think of going down, we think of not just a roller coaster, but we think of like rock bottom. You think of
Right,
like that loneliness of being the only one who's going down when everyone is staying at that other level. I mean, that's something that we definitely show in like our cancer journey roadmap, which makes a ton of sense. And we call it the pit. And the pit, it sounds really negative. It sounds really negative, but to know that it's there is so like supportive. Something that I like to say a lot about like our CJI curriculum is that it gives us a language. It gives us a common language to all start talking about these similar things with. And I think that's what you really provided by creating and like codifying the roadmap and
yeah,
also obviously sharing it with everyone because even when we just do like a workshop and people who have never heard of the cancer journey roadmap come before, they already have a place to be like, wow, I'm in the pit. I'm in the pit, or I know someone who's in the pit, and I get to be their ally, which is the part that's coming out of the pit.
right,
Um, so it's like it already provides that language, which is so great, and I think that that's exactly what we do. You're right. It's like we try to share all of these teachings so that people can stand on our shoulders and continue to have our support, whether it's like in our programs or through coaching, because we offer all of that. We offer
right.
coach training, we offer coaching sessions for people who are like in treatment or even survivors and caregivers. And yeah, we have so many offerings, but they all, I would say, do exactly that. Create a language that allows people to stand on our shoulders and continue to grow with their journey rather than staying lost and not knowing where to
Right.
go.
Right. And it gives them an opportunity to be in a safe container and be real. Like, I
Yeah.
think the cancer journey it's so scary for, I mean, you hear the word cancer. So it's so scary for everybody
Hmm.
because nobody really knows what's going to happen the next day or the next day. I mean, we can assert and predict and like want, but we're not really sure.
Hmm.
Um, and that place where all of a sudden we're trying to take care of ourselves, right? But we're also taking care of everybody else around us. So we're not allowing ourselves to be real because we're trying to take care of everybody else. And and so there's no place to process. There's no place to really say, I'm really scared, or I'm really sad, or I'm really angry.
Hmm.
And we provide that in our programs, in our trainings. I mean, just the whole thing, which
Yeah.
I think is a big part of healing. Big part of
Yeah.
healing.
I so agree. And I feel like that's just healing your own soul. Once we incur this burden, like you don't want to put that on other people. Once we don't really want to incur burden on anyone around us. So sometimes we kind of just tell ourselves like suck it up and like it'll be fine, I can handle this. And yes, you can handle it, but you don't have to suck it up. You get to have all those feelings and those emotions. And I think one of the things that we do really well is we tell people and we teach people how to be their most powerful self and what that feels like. And a lot of that is to not neglect those big parts of yourself that come up in lieu of everyone else to make other people comfortable and like whatever reason you have around doing it. It's like, but you're pushing it down in yourself and the energy needs to rise at some point. It needs to be released. It can't just go away.
You just said a mouthful. I that is our world. That's our society. It's like
Mhm.
I'm not comfortable with your emotions. So can you just be positive? Can you just like just get over it? Like
Yeah.
really fast. I mean, I hear people like that person's angry. Can we look over here at the bright side? And I'm like, no, 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 because I mean, at CJI, we talk about emotions a lot because it's core and because we know that emotions are messengers. So
Mhm.
if anger is showing up, it's like, pause, let's pay attention to what it wants us to hear. It's what it wants us to know so that we can deal with it, not just that step over it, like suck it up.
Right, right. Oh my god, I remember I'm so happy to be working with Cancer Journey Institute that celebrates those emotions because I've worked so many places and I think a lot of people have worked in places that downgrade that for them, but like I just specifically in my own experience I've had people literally say, "Oh, your generation's so emotional." Or like, "You guys let emotions run you." And like in my heart it's always been like, what else am I running on?
Hmm.
Like that's the driver when you're selling a product, that's the driver when you're creating community. Like you want to see people's emotions and relate to them. That's how you relate to people, even if you're, you know, bonding based on a shared hatred of someone. Like that's still emotion. There's so much emotion that goes there. So I'm like, I don't never really understood what I was supposed to do until I went through this training. I went through the training for the Cancer Journey Coach certification as well as the fundamentals of Cancer Journey coaching, and I was like, oh, actually, I'm allowed to feel them, and once I do feel them, it lets off that pressure and then I can think even more clearly. And those feelings matter, even if it's just to experience them before setting them aside. Because they can still exist, but you have to get some of that layer off the top.
Absolutely. And talking about the pit,
Hmm.
when you say, it feels like it's rock bottom and it's that place that people don't like. And I'm
Hmm.
so glad that we have language around that, like you said. But really, that's where, okay, truth be told, it's my favorite part. And only because that's where transformation starts happening.
Hmm.
But mostly, we're allowing ourselves to be humans and feeling our emotions,
Hmm.
expansive and constricting and everything in between. And then, like, getting that message, like, really listening to ourselves so that we can go, oh, there's something here that I don't want. Or there's something here that gets me so excited. I need to lean more into that. I mean,
Hmm.
that's emotions, right? When we're pissed off and we're like, that's not right. It's because something's not right. So let's pay attention to that. But
Hmm.
when we're so excited, it's like, hello, this is bringing me alive. Let's go more there. And so
Hmm.
that's that transformation where we let something go that doesn't serve us anymore and we lean into what feels right in this moment. Not
Yeah.
not in the uh what's that word? Hedonistic way, like, oh, I'm only gonna do, things that feel good to me, but
Right.
under taking a pause to really look at what's lighting me up and why is it lighting me up? And you were talking about powerful self. What about that makes me feel powerful?
Mhm. Yeah, and not in like a power over other people kind of way, but powerful self in that like you feel so strong in yourself, in your strengths, in your values, in your purpose that you know that you can't be pushed over. Like a light breeze will not push you over. Or maybe,
Right.
but maybe it will, and you still have this core to bring you back upright. So it's not about being hard and it's not about being um warrior, which is something we also talk about. It's not about worrying up and putting armor all over yourself. It's about being so strong at your core that no matter what kind of breeze or natural disaster comes around you, you can still find what's right for you.
Right. Right. Because we look at each of us from that right place. What's right about me? Who
Mhm.
am I at my core? Okay, now we're talking about my favorite part. It's like when we can get to our core, that place that, like, I just imagine these roots that are coming out from, like my solar plexus and my feet and my legs and into Mother Earth, and it's like I'm really rooted and I'm grounded, and yeah, I could sway with the breeze or I could sway with the storm,
Mhm.
but I'm still here and I'm not toppling over. That I
Yeah.
feel really connected to who I am. And it is amazing how, so who we start the journey as really does change. And it is in the pit, that the roots start really getting sunken into the soil. And we're like, oh, that this is my true self. This is
Mhm.
my authentic, real self. So that it actually helps us move through the cancer journey, but in a much more aware, conscious, and purposeful way. Like this is for me.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm going a little too deep, but let me pause there. So thank you for being with us, and we hope to see you again next week.